HTML is hypertext markup language, and here using this language we create the interfaces for the web. Okay, so I give an example of Amazon.com. I'll show Udemy.com. This is another website where we can buy courses for learning various skills. So I think the connection is a bit slow here. Yeah, slowly. So this one right here, this is a website where we can learn various skills, okay? Like photography or video editing, web development. This was the website from where I actually learned my skill. I invested like yeah, around 1 year, I think. Yeah, 6 months to 1 year to learn from this course. So anyway, this is a website where you have different user interfaces like this link here, this button here, right? So all these interfaces, these card elements, this text, this bold text, and this gray light color text, right? So all these images, etc., they are designed using HTML, and HTML is composed of nothing but text. So it stands for hypertext markup language, and this consists of text. Okay, text. And now, can anyone see me how are text written? How do you write text? Yeah, hello.
Yes, it is audible.
Yeah, yeah. So can anyone see me how are text created? Like, how do you write text? You put this
Hi,
angle
this
bracket,
is
right?
HTML.
Yeah, yeah. This is called angle
Yes.
bracket. Yeah, starting angle bracket, then the
Okay.
name of the tag, like H1, and then this closing angle bracket. Inside this, you have to write the content. Okay, suppose I say hello world, then you have to put the closing tag. Always remember that in the closing tag, we have a slash before the tag name. So this is it. This is how we write a tag. You have the opening tag and the closing tag and the name of the tag. So there are some of the tags like H1, H2. These are simple. It's HR, BR. I think we checked this in the last class. Like H1 will create a heading of large size. All right. Then you have H2 till H6 you have. Then you have some of the tags called empty tags. So empty tags are those tags which don't require a closing tag. So you can see above here in each one, you have an opening tag and you have a closing tag. But if you check HR, sorry, not H4, HR, it doesn't have any kind of closing tag. This will simply draw a vertical, a horizontal line, sorry, like this. It'll simply draw a horizontal line like this. Then you have BR, which creates a new line break. So okay, these are some basic text. Let me just create a simple HTML file and show you how we write text in HTML and how we create HTML files and how we open them. So let me minimize this browser. Okay, so first what you do, you right click and create a new text document. This one right here. So here put any name such as beginner.html. I think I did not change the setting. Wait a minute. You have to show the extensions. Okay, so the file name must be ending with .html at the end. So this is my HTML file right here. And now to edit this file, I will open with Notepad. So Notepad is basically a text editor where you can uh, edit the text or code, whichever you want to edit. So here, come here in Notepad and then start typing the HTML tags. So here I will first type H1 and then I'll write hello world. and simply, and also, if you have done HTML before, like in when you were in school, then you might think that there are some other structure, like you have to start with HTML, then start with head. So it's not compulsory that we'll start all the time. You can simply also start with just the tag name inside the body, like h1, hr. You can right away start like that. So after writing this, make sure you save it like this, file save, and then you open it in your default browser. So I will open it in Google Chrome. So you can see here, hello world. So this is our h1 tag. So now let me copy up this 6 times and show you the 6 other tags, 6 other variations. So here you have h1, then you have h2, which is gonna be heading 2. It will be slightly smaller in size. Then 3, 4, 5, and 6. So if I save this using shortcut Control S in your keyboard, then reload, you will see hello world printed 6 times, right? So now I also discussed about HR. This one is an empty tag. It does not require any closing text. So I can simply write HR and then close this and save it up. If I reload, I should see a horizontal line like this. So this is HR. And if I want to put some spacing, suppose I write something inside a paragraph tag. This p tag is a paragraph tag, okay? So inside this, if you want to write some text, then you should use the p tag because this gives a little bit of margin and you should not keep the text open like this. Example, you should not simply type your text like that. You should enclose the contents inside a tag. So here I'm putting it inside the p tag, which stands for paragraph tag. And if I save it up, let me create a few more lines like this and just save it up and reload here. You'll find that all of them are coming in the same line. Okay, so HTML here, this browser does not care whether you put a new line in Notepad or not. If you want to bring a new line, if you want this line here to come down, then you must use the BR tag, which is called the break tag. Okay, this creates a new line. This creates a break in the line. So now you will see that this comes down here. Okay, so similarly, this line here is still in the same line. So I must put here one BR tag and then reload this. So now we find that it's coming down. So until here, I think it's clear and there is no confusion, I guess, since it's pretty straightforward, right? So let me go down. So now, uh, yeah, let me know if any confusion till here. There should be no confusion, right?
From my end, there is no confusion, bro.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. So this was the basic, and we already discussed it previously. So this should not be an issue. And also, I think Appu and my other friends they already got HTML before, so they can easily understand. But now we have 4 other topics to discuss. So the first one is the table tag. Table tag is used to create a table, right? So if we search table in, if we Google table, okay, this is not the table. Table, columns and rows. So here you should see an image, Excel table like this, right? So a table is a structure, okay? The structure for representing data. So here you have columns. The columns, this one, column 1, column 2, column 3, and row is horizontal like this, okay? Row 1, row 2, row 3. This is horizontal, and columns are vertical. So using the table tag, we can create tables like this. So if you have ever used Microsoft Word or software like that, so those software like Excel, they allow you to create tables so that you can represent data or store data in an organized way. So let us create a table using the table tag and also discuss how it's done. So let me create the table tag. So let me go back to Notepad. So here, also whenever you are practicing HTML like that, it's better to have a computer so that you can type out and run them in the browser. On phone, I think it's slightly difficult. It's not that easy. And later, definitely there's no escape with using
What
phone because yeah. But now it's not that necessary. But just
what's the
follow up.
BR tag?
Do you have confusion in the BR tag?
Yes.
Okay, BR tag is just used to create a new line. Okay. So what I told if you remove this BR tag and simply write this text inside the paragraph, you'll find that, wait a minute, and save it up, and if you just reload, you'll see that all of them are coming in the same line, right? But you can see that,
Okay.
yeah, you can see that in the notepad I have written them down, one below the other. Even if I copy them multiple times, you'll see that they are just continuing until this end, and then they're coming down. So if I want to bring this down forcefully, then I'll have to put one BR tag here, okay? This is an empty tag. This does not have any closing tags. So now if you reload, you can see after this one right here, or I can say hello. So after this one, it's coming down. Similarly, if I want to put this down here,
Can't hear you.
yeah, yeah, hello. I think, can people hear what I'm actually explaining?
Now I can.
At
Yeah,
that point, yeah, now I can get.
yeah. Yeah, just let me know whenever there is some issue. So BR tag is just simple. It just creates a new line, okay? So again, if I put BR here, then it will come down after this one, FSDAF, this one. So let me zoom it up. I think it's too small for the phone to see. Now, if you observe once more, if I put one more BR here, there will be one more gap like this, okay? So I can do this multiple times, like this, 4 to 5 times. Then you will find that the gap increases more and more. Okay, so each BR creates a new line, or if it was already flowing like that, it will bring down the text, okay? That comes after that. So that's it about BR. I think we can move to
Does it
table.
need a closing tag?
Yes, definitely. It's called empty tag, okay?
Okay.
Empty tag.
Okay.
I think notepad text is also too small for phone. Uh, so BR is an empty tag. Others are non-empty tags. So non-empty tags for them you must close them, okay? Like there will be starting tag and there will be closing tag. So now let's go to table tag. Let me select this all and remove all of them. So now let's discuss about tables in HTML. So if I reload, I can see tables in HTML here. So to create a table, you must first use the table tag, okay? Like this, table, table, then slash table. Okay, now inside this, we will write the other stuff for the table. So make sure always you start with table tag and then end with table tag. Now inside this, we will create a tr. Tr means table row, okay? As you know, in tables, you start with rows, okay? Table is a combination of rows and columns. So you have row 1, row 2 here. If you check this example, this one right here. First, you have to create a row, and each of the row has one column, column 2, and column 3, right? So this is called data, like this table data. You have table data 1, table data 2, then table data 3. And this is for the row number 1. Then you have row number 2, row number 3, like that. So whenever you use tr, you create one single table row. Inside this, you have to create table data. As I've shown here, there is table data 1, table data 2, and 3. We will create a table for student. Let me search if there is some example here. Student table. Why does it come up? So wait a minute. Student table Excel. Okay, so you have something like this, or we can also create something like in TD. I can say the name of the student. Then you have to put slash TD. So TD is creating a particular table data. Okay, the particular cell in a table for that row. You have name, then you have address slash TD. Then you may have something like ID. Okay, so now if I save this using Control S and then I reload here, you can see name, address, and ID. All right, but you see that there is no border here, right? So to get the border, you have to add one attribute. So what are attributes? Attributes are simply additional options for a given tag. Okay, so if this is a table tag, I can add an attribute called border equals to 1. So attribute values you have to put the value of the attribute inside double quotation marks, and then you have to separate them by an equal sign. Then you have to put the value. So border is 1. Whenever you put border 1, you'll find that a border comes around the table. So like this, okay? So now this is just one table row here. Now you can create multiple table rows. Let me create second row of table. TR means table row. Then inside each of the row you have 3 columns, right? So then again you have to open up TD. Then here name, I can put my name here. Then slash TD. If you reload, you'll find that only one of the data cell has been created. You can create address here like this, then ID 1, something like that. Then if you save and reload, you'll find that the row number 2 has been created. So this is the structure for the table tag. Uh, Here you can create more rows by copying it up. Let me just copy to create more rows. So I have copied it 2 to 3 times. Then this number 2, number 3. Then save it up and you'll find that the table has been created. So you can imagine like this is a student table. And as you know, for most of the practical purposes, we need tables, right? So let me give one example. You have Amazon .in, right? So here in this website, whenever you go to buy phones, you can find the comparison chart. So for those comparison chart, tables are used down. If you go here, you can see this. This is also a table. So here, this one is the specification or the feature, and this is the value. Okay. So whatever that specification is. So this is a stable. This is a table, but you can see that the design is much more pleasing because they have used CSS for that. Now we don't have the knowledge of CSS, so we'll just be doing using HTML since this is the fundamental, and you have to know this first before you move on to creating this kind of beautiful designs. So always remember, this is the table tag. It starts with this table tag. Then you have to put this border attribute. If you omit this, you'll find that there won't be any border here. There will be just rows and columns. There won't be any borders, so it won't feel like it's a table. So then you have to create tr tag for each of the rows, and each of the rows can have multiple columns. So if you have 3 columns here, then first I have name, address, and ID. Make sure each column is wrapped inside td tag, table data tag. So in this way, you have to duplicate this similarly. Then you have the slash table. So I think this wraps up the topic for tables. If I save and reload, this should be border. Yeah. So uh, are there any questions related to table tag in HTML?
Can you show the beginning of the table tag, please?
Yeah. The table tag starts with this table tag. Okay. Then you have attribute. Attribute is something you write using a space. You have to put a space after the name of the tag. Then you can write the attribute name, then equal sign. Inside double quotation marks, you have to put one. Yeah.
I was asking the one is for the number of borders we have, right?
Actually, one is the size of the border. It's in pixels. So if I make this 5,
Okay, okay, okay.
then you can see that the border will be much thicker. You can see the border right now. For 5, it's much
Okay,
thicker. Yeah. So it's the number of pixels that you want the border size to be. Yeah. So
okay,
yeah. And other tags, you just have to follow the structure of tr and td. Then make sure you end this with slash table tag. So this wraps up our table tag. Then we have 3 simple tags: underline, bold, and italic. I don't know whether we discussed this or not in the previous class, but let me just quickly show it up. So if I create after this h1, let me create okay, let me create a p tag. Inside this p tag, I will say hello. Sorry, hello. How are you? So it should come up here. Hello, how are you? So here, if I want to make this bold, as you know, you have used Microsoft Word, right? Anyways, you can bold the text by using the B tag. So wrap the text inside the B tag and save it up, opening B tag and the closing B tag. Then if you reload the page, you'll find that this is making the text bold. So the bold text are used to make give more significance. Okay, if you have to give significance to the reader to a particular word, then you make it bold like this using the B tag. Now we have underline tag. If I want to underline the word how, I will simply use the U tag. U
You're
means
not audible.
yeah. I think there is some issue with microphone. Man.
Now you are.
Sorry, I don't know why. I think there's some internet issue in my case. By the way, yeah, this is bold tag. Okay, I think it's pretty simple to understand, right? U tag, then slash U. U tag will create underline tag. So this one right here, hello, how are you? So this is underlined here because of the U tag. Then at last you have one more tag, italic. Italic makes the tag a little bit slanty. Okay. So if you reload this, you'll find that this is italic now. Hello, how are you? So hello is bold, how is underlined, and R is italic. So these are three simple tags that may come in handy whenever you need to use them. Okay, so till now, any confusion here?
Can you show the Italic part once I have
Yeah,
seen
yeah, this
the
is
tag?
simply I tag, yeah. And here I can have more text like
Okay.
this one, yeah. It doesn't matter. Just whichever part you want it to be italic or bold, just wrap them up inside the starting and closing text. Okay, and make sure the names match. So if I'm starting with B tag, I cannot end with U tag, something like that. So it has to end with B tag. If it's inside the P tag, this is the starting tag. Oh, sorry,
What
this
if I
one.
want it bold and italic at the same time?
Yeah, definitely. You can just wrap it up. Okay. So if you have B tag here, and I can simply put it inside another U tag. So this is called nesting of text, by the way. So if you see here, you can see this is bold as well as italic. I can even put it inside this. Yeah, I can even put this inside. This is underlined, by the way. I can put this inside italic also. So however you want, you can nest the tag. Just make sure whenever you're opening this, first this tag must close. Then I have this U tag opening, then U tag is being closed. Then at last I have this I tag, then I tag was closed like that. So you have to follow the proper structure for nesting of this tags. This is called nesting of tags. Nesting of text simply means putting a tag inside another tag. So yeah, and you can see this text right here, putting a tag inside another tag. It's not coming down right here. So I have to put here BR, or I can also put HR to draw a horizontal line. I can put HR like this. So yeah, one more example of attribute. Let me show you. So this is border equals to 5. So this is an attribute. So attribute is something that customizes a tag, the options for a tag. So this one is HR. So if I write color equals to red, so the HR color, the line's color will become red like this. I can also make this green right here. So these are attributes. So attribute are simply returns after putting a space after the name of the tag. Then you have to write the name of the attribute, which is color, COLOR, equals to inside double quotes the value of the attribute. So this will become green now. So yeah, I think we have discussed for 30 minutes now, and we have covered table tag and the basics of HTML as well as the U, B, and the italic text. So till here, is there any confusion, or can we move to the image tag? How to insert images?
Once can you show the attribute tag?
Yeah, yeah, attributes. You see, to write an attribute, you have to first write the name of the tag like this. Suppose the name of the tag is HR. Then after the name of the tag, make sure you put one blank space. Okay. So after the blank space, put the name of the attributes. So here in this case, the name of the attribute turns out to be color, COLOR, not COLOUR, by the way. It's gonna be COLOR. Then you have to write equal sign, and here inside double quotation marks, you have to write the value of the attribute. So here, if I want the color to be blue, I will simply write like that: HR color equals to blue. Then if I reload my HTML page, I can find that the color has turned blue. So similarly in table, we have attribute called border, so which specifies the size of the border in pixels, by the way. So if I make this 15, after the name of the tag, put a space to write an attribute. So this is the space here, then write the name of the attribute. There are various attributes for different tags, but here for table tag the attribute is border, then equal sign, then inside double quotation marks put the value of the attribute. So here if I make it 15, you can see that it has become much more thicker. So yeah, so yeah, I think table might be a little bit confusing because initially when I learned in the beginning I had a lot of confusion when I learned the table tag, but now if you just understand that this is creating one table row using tr tag, then inside each tr there are table data. Okay, so and these are yeah, bu and I underline text, italic text, and this h1 is used to create heading. You have till h6, then p tag is used to create paragraph. Inside paragraph you may have this simple text. So till here, any more questions till here? Is anyone already
So,
following or writing the HTML by the way?
yes, I am.
Okay, are you on computer?
Yes.
Okay, good work. So if you have a computer, then it's better to follow actually, because whenever you will do image, I think on phone the image won't be possible. Yeah, if you download an image and do like that. But anyways, so yeah, should we wait or shall we continue?
Although Baraja, in
Yeah,
terms of this nesting tag, right?
yeah, nesting
So
tags.
is head is the HTML and the head will be the nesting tag itself? Example, right?
Okay, so if you follow the basic structure of HTML, right?
Yeah.
You have seen here that I have not followed the basic structure of HTML because usually for beginners it leads to confusion. So let me remove all of this now. Let me save up and reload this page. You can see that this is an empty page and this is an empty file, beginner.html. So usually whenever we write HTML, we have to follow the proper structure for writing our HTML document. So here I should start with HTML. Then inside this I should write the head tag. And yes, people, you're right. This is the nested tag. Head is the tag nested inside the HTML tag. Then inside head I have a title tag like this. For your title I can write beginners HTML. Then slash title like this. Then you have to close the head tag. Then you have the body tag slash body. Then you have this HTML tag. So this is called the structure of HTML. Usually whenever we write HTML, we should follow this structure. And whichever text we were writing just before this file, all those tags which are removed should actually come inside the body tag. Okay. So inside this, you should come write HTML here, like h1, p tags, all those table tags should come actually down here under the body tag. So now if I save this up and reload, you can see here in the title beginners HTML in the tab right here at the top of the browser, beginners HTML. So this title is coming from here inside the head tag. And yes, head is a nested tag. It's a tag nested inside HTML tag. So this is our root tag. So everything should be inside HTML tag. Then you have this head tag right here. Inside head tag, you have the title, beginners HTML. Then you have the body tag. Inside body tag, you can write h1, p tag, all those which we have learned, all the good parts like underline, bold, italic, and images which we are going to create next. All of this should actually come inside the body tag. So what happens if you simply write without any structure like that? So you cannot specify title. So if I save this up, you can see right now I have the title beginners HTML. But as soon as I reload the page, as soon as I reload this page, you'll find that the title has changed to the name of the file. So this is the default title. So the name of my file was beginner.html. Initially, I saved this with this, save the file with this name. So you cannot customize the title. I cannot put some other name here. And whatever tag I write here directly will just come under the body tag. So let me undo all of them and save it up again. Now you can see the title has been modified again. Others HTML. So I can customize the title like that. So here in Amazon, OnePlus Nord 2T. So this is coming from the title. This one right here inside the head tag. So this is the title. That's where it's coming from. So yeah, I think confusion should be pretty much clear now. And yeah, Apu, are you able to follow? I think the mic is not on, I guess. Hello. Yeah, okay. Joel, any confusion?
No, brother.
Okay, that's good. I don't know whether I'm able to teach right or not, but I'm trying what I can. And I think, yeah, but it's really straightforward. It's nothing much like you have to apply logic so much. But as you gradually keep on writing this HTML, yeah, it'll make more sense. And also this is a good skill to learn, like it sharpens your brain. And not only that, if you learn it properly, then you can even work part-time, right? In your free time you can work this. And the thing I suggest people to learn and start from HTML because and web development, because it's a good way how you enter into this development sector or this design sector, like designing these user interfaces. Okay, so this is the best way to enter into this sector because it's easy and simple to understand, and also it does not require a powerful computer. If you want to develop Android apps, then it will require a very powerful computer, okay, with high processor, RAM, like that. But here in HTML, you simply need a text editor like Notepad and simply a browser. Then you can write this, right? You can write the HTML code. You can run here. You can practice here, and also whenever later you move to creating Android apps later in future after learning HTML, then it's much more easier to understand whenever you move into that sector. And also it's a plus skill that you now know how to develop websites as well as you'll later know how to develop Android apps. So directly, instead of jumping how to develop apps or something like that, so we should start from this. That's a little bit small tip or note. So okay, let's move to image tag now. Underline and bold tag is done. Then we cut it up. Table tag is also done. And I think the video is being recorded. I hope it's recorded properly. So later, whenever it will be put up, you may be able to look up, or it does not require looking up. You can just do a Google search. So let's go on to discuss the image tag. So image tag is how we insert images. So in Microsoft Word, it's just like you can compare Microsoft Word. So when we have the image tag in Microsoft Word, we simply insert image, then we select the image we like. Similarly in HTML also, we can specify the image that we want to insert in our document right here. Then we can display the image here, and yeah, this is how we will insert the image tag. But first let us see how we write the image tag. So for creating images, you have to write the img tag. So img, not image like that. You have to write img. Img tag is also an empty tag, so it does not require a closing tag. It's simply like hr, br, like this. It does not require any closing tag. So img. So after this, you have to specify an attribute. So how do you write attributes? Just now we discussed, right? To write an attribute, you have to put a space. So this is a space right here. I have put a space, then write the name of the attribute, which is src. Src means the source of the image. What type of image or which image I want to put. So that's the source. So img, then which is the name of the tag. Then you have to put an attribute, which is src source. And then after attribute name, you must always put an equal sign, then double quotes, and inside the double quote you put the value for the attribute. So here you have to put the value for the attribute. Then this closing angle bracket, sorry, closing angle bracket. As you know, all tags start with starting angle bracket and then closing angle bracket. So this is how we identify tags in HTML. And image tag does not have closing image tag like this, so it's an empty tag. So here inside src you have to put the link of the image. Okay, so if I search an image, so I can also have this phone image right here. So if I right click, I think I can open image in new tab. Then I can find the URL of the image at the address bar. This is called the address bar of our browser. So here in the address bar, I can simply Control C, copy up this URL. This is called URL, by the way, URL or link, whatever you call it. So this URL, uniform resource location, is recording again. Yeah. So this URL right here, we can simply copy up and then go to our editor, then simply paste the URL here. So as you can see, the URL is slightly longer. So this is the image URL for the mobile phone that we have copied and then pasted here. So now let me go till the end. I think the end part is not visible. .jpg, yeah. After .jpg, then yeah, this ending quotation mark, then the ending tag, angle bracket. Now if I save this up, Control S, and if you reload here, you should find that the image of our mobile phone is now visible. So this is how we insert images. It's pretty simple actually. Here you have to put the link of the image. I can copy up the link from anywhere from the World Wide Web. I can copy any link right here. Then I simply have to put the link of the image here. I can also search up for images here. Okay, so if I search for fruits, so I can click here images, go to Google Images, then click a particular fruit here. Okay, wait for this to load, then you right click, then you can do open image in new tab. So once the image is open in the new tab, you can select all of it, Control C copy it using Control C, then instead of this URL, you can simply replace it with the new image URL. So first write img tag, then src attribute. So after the tag, put a space, write this src attribute equals to, then double quotes, then the link of the image should be pasted inside. Then whenever I save this and go back to my HTML document, and if I reload the page, I can see that the fruits image has been loaded. But you can see the size is too big here, right? So we can even customize the size for the image. I'll just tell in a second. But until here, is there any confusion or doubt?
No, brother.
Yeah,
How about if we are bringing the image from, like, not from,
local.
if the image doesn't have a hyperlink URL or something?
You mean image in your computer? Do you mean the local image? I mean, yeah, I'm copying the link for the image, by the way. So this is an image link in the World Wide Web. Okay, so this is an image that is accessible anywhere. So if I send this image to you on WhatsApp, and if you click this link, this image will open up in the browser. So instead of yeah, and also make sure whichever link you have, there is an extension for the image at the end. So this is .jpg right here. This is .jpg right here, and it can be .png or any like that extension. So what was the actual confusion? I did not understand actually. So this is our HTML code. Let me a little bit zoom it up, increase the,
So what I was asking is,
yeah.
so this image is redirected from the internet, right?
This is from the
So
internet,
I'm
definitely.
talking. So I'm asking in terms of what is it's a downloaded image, or
Definitely,
perhaps
yes.
it's something like
Yes,
that, right?
definitely, yeah. So this is one way how you can put images from the internet, correct? So till here, did you understand, by the way? You just have to put the link here, okay? I think till here there is no confusion. I'll just show in a moment how you can do the downloaded image. So for downloading, wait, let us download an image right here. Let's search, okay. So this fruit here, right? So currently it's an internet image. Let's search this kiwi fruit. This will be better. Or this oranges, I guess. Peaches or kiwi fruit. So look, let me download this image. You can simply do save image as. Click this button. Then here you select the place where you want to download. Suppose I want to put it in desktop itself. Wait, the extension of the image is not correct. I want it to be JPG. Let me try this one. It should be JPG or PNG. I don't want some other weird format like WebP, because some of the browsers don't support this. Although modern browsers support most of them. Yeah, this is JPG image. So once I click right, once I did right click and click the Save As button, I can see that now it's prompting me to save the image somewhere. So let me select desktop. Okay, so here the name of the image, as you can see, is fruit.jpg. So let me save it up. Now it has downloaded the image. If I minimize my browser, I can find that the image is here, fruit.jpg. So if I double click here, the image has opened up. So now this image, if we want to insert here, what shall we do, right? So that was people's question. So let me first remove up this src. Whether you use network image or whether you use local image, this is called local image and this is called network image. You simply have to put the name of the image. That's it. Look, here I have beginner.html and in the same location, isn't it in the same location? It's in the same folder, right? The folder name is desktop. So this is in the same folder called desktop, and here I have this fruit image. So I simply have to write here fruit.jpg, then make sure you close this double quote, then simply this angle bracket close, and let me reload the browser. You can see the image has, appeared in our browser. So this is how we put local image. Here you don't have to put HTTPS or those browser network image. Here the image must be present locally in your computer. Then you have to just put the name of the image and also make sure the image is in the same location, by the way. As you can see, the image is in the same location. It's not inside some other folder, right? It's in the same location as beginner.html, fruit.jpg. So simply specifying the name is sufficient for that. So whenever you have inside some other folder, it slightly changes a bit how you enter the URL of the image, which we can discuss today itself. But this is how you insert images, and I would like to have some questions if there is any. Others, I'll show height and width, how to customize them.
I didn't understand how you insert the picture a local picture.
Yeah, yeah. Look, first you download an image and put it in the same location. Okay. If this is in my desktop, then I will also put this image in desktop. Okay. So if this is inside some other folder, let me close this up. So that's the first step. You download an image and put it in the same location as your HTML file. So if I create a new folder here, I write here HTML or my HTML, and inside this folder, suppose I have created my HTML file. So this one right here. So if I double click, you can see that the HTML content, wait, this is a different browser. So look, this is my HTML file and I choose to open it with Google Chrome. So this is the HTML file, and here to edit the file, you have to right click, open with Notepad. Right click on the file name, then open with Notepad to edit the HTML content. This one right here. So here she did not understand how to put image. So look, here I just put in fruit.jpg. So last time it was working. So as soon as I move this file inside another folder, you can see the folder is my HTML. As soon as I put my HTML file inside this folder, it stopped working. If you check the browser, you can see the image is not found. If you see here, image is not found because it is not in the same location. So whenever you download the image, put the image in the same location. So let me drag this and put it here in beginner.html, and let this be same. In src, just put the name of the image. Okay. For local image, just put the name of the image inside src attribute, then save it up and make sure the image is in the same location as your HTML file. Then if you go back to your browser, and reload that, and you should find that the image comes back again. So okay, so for network image, you have to just copy the link and paste the link. But for local image, make sure the image is downloaded as well as it has been moved to the same location where your HTML file is. Then you put the name of the image right here inside the src attribute. So is it clear now?
Yeah.
It's that simple, really.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. just the name. If the name is if the name has been changed, then you also have to update it in your HTML file. So if I change the name here, if the name of the image was fruit.jpg, I change it to other.jpg. Now if I go back and reload my browser, you can see that image is not found again. So you have to do the update also on your HTML code. So here you have to write other.jpg and save it up again. Then again the image will come back like this. So the name must match. So make sure you move it to the same location. But whenever it's in some other location, like inside some other folder, then the case is a little bit different. I think we should leave it for the next class to discuss that. But now just let us discuss how to set the height and width of the image. So this is my image tag. If I want to decrease the height or the width, you can see that the width is very large and the height is also very large. So here I have to specify another attribute. Whenever you write attributes, make sure they are separated by spaces, white spaces. So this is the name of the tag, then put a space, then the name of the attribute, which is src, then equal sign, inside double quotation mark, the value of the attribute. Then if I want to put another attribute called height, it's called height. Make sure you put a space after the previous attribute, equal sign. Every attribute has an equal sign after the name, then double quotes. Inside double quotes, you have to put the height in pixels, by the way. As you know, computer screen is divided into tiny dots called pixels. So this computer screen right here, it has around 2000 pixels, around 1500 to 2000 pixels. So this full screen width is around 1500 pixels. So here you have to specify in pixels. If I want the height to be 500 pixels, I will simply write here 500 and I will save it up. By the way, it is height, it's not width, so height should not be that much. Height should be around 300 pixels. And let me save up and just reload the page using Ctrl R or this refresh button. You can see the height has decreased by 300 pixels. I can decrease it even further. I can make it 200 to make it a little bit smaller. So this is 200 pixels here. Since it's zoomed up, it's appearing a little bit larger because this is not actually 200. If I make the width 100%, so this is actual 200 width. But since I zoomed up, so it's appearing to be large. So this is our height. We can also customize the width. Just use the width attribute, width, equal sign. Inside the width attribute, we will put, say, 300 pixels. Then Control S, saved, reload, Control R. So this is 300. If we make it a little bit less, it will squeeze the image, which will not look good. The ratio must match, so it will appear like that. So we don't want like that. We want it to be something like 350, right? So now you can see we can even customize the width and height of the image. And here in src, you have to specify which image you want. So I would like to copy one more. So let me put one more image below this. If you put two images, let me simply copy, paste, and reload. You'll see there's another image right here. By the way, if there's enough space, it'll come in the same line, like this. If there is not enough space, it will flow downwards. So if you want this image right here to come down forcefully, then you simply put a BR tag here. BR means break, line break. Simply put BR tag, then reload. So it comes down now, right here, like this. So you can put another image if you wish. Right now the image is same. I can also copy up another link of image, put here. Then there will be two different images appearing one above the other. So I think we could cover only image tag and this, yeah, draw that I did not check. So we discussed the basics of HTML tags, then these images, then underline, bold, italic, and table text. And I think this should be enough right here. So what do you guys say? Hello, let me send a message. Will this be enough for today's session? Yeah, and I would invite doubts and confusions if there is any from someone. Doubts, confusions, and Any trouble?
I made it.
Yeah, if you have made it, please, yeah, you may share. Let me stop presenting, by the way. You can share us and show us what you have made. Yeah, yeah, that's correct. Yeah. So you have followed the instructions from the beginning. Yeah, yeah, very good. Yes. And if you want to put image from the internet, simply copy the link and just paste it there. Only make sure that the link has .jpg or some the image extension at the end.
One of them is from the internet and one of them is local.
Okay, okay,
I
that's
tried
good.
both.
Yeah, very good. Someone has posted tag. Let me see. Yeah, Vipul has posted some tag. Opening tag, closing tag. Yeah, Vipul, that's right. Column tag. Yeah. Column table data. TD for table data. TR for table row. Border size. Yeah. Border equals to. You have to use the border attribute. Bold, italic, underline. Yeah. Nesting of tags. Nesting means simply putting one tag inside another tag. Yeah. Not attribute tag, by the way. Attributes. Every tag can have attribute. Attributes are just like additional options or settings that you can use to customize the tag. Then paragraph tag is used to create paragraph and put some spacing. Don't put text inside your HTML document directly. You must close it inside some tag. Okay. So let it be p tag or h1 tag, whatever it is. You should put it inside a particular tag. Then you have image tag. Yeah, src equals to URL. Then you can also customize height and width using height and width attributes. In local image, yeah, paste the image in the same location as your HTML file. Then simply put the name of the image. Yeah, yeah, that's correct. This is what we have discussed today, and that's the summary of it. Thanks for it. And yeah, that's it for this today's session.